Hello, Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO. It's time for another episode of Sloth City. But today we have a little bit different format because today I am unboxing a wonderful package sent from my friend Willie Neblett Jr. And it is partly some things that I won on Winterbricker's online auction I don't know, a weekend or so ago. But he also included some extras. So, what I won were these three Lego Movie 2 minifigure polybags. And so we're going to be opening those up and finding out who we got. I have no idea. He has no idea. So that'll be a surprise for everybody. But additionally, he sent along a baggie full of, care package additions for Sloth City. And one thing is his Sigfig. So we get to add Willie to Sloth City. He is going to be joining us in Sloth City. So, set him over here. And then he sent other cool minifigures. He sent this wonderful Chima bird gentleman with wings and a piece on his front parts, and he is very interesting, and he will be in Sloth City. So he goes over here, out of the way in just a moment, if he will stand up, which apparently he won't. He'll lie down over here. We have fine stickers that have green flames on them and eyeballs, which will be awesome as perhaps decorations on an arcade game, or I don't even know yet, but there's some of those, so I'll be using those for something. Things are apparently falling off of my table at the moment. That's okay. We have this very fine skeleton gentleman, because, as you know, just because you're post-corporeal does not mean that you cannot be an active member of Sloth City Society. So he will be joining us. And we have alien robot guy, maybe? So he will be joining us. Very nice looking robot gentleman. And we have this different alien robot-y sort of dude, although I'm not positive whether this is supposed to be his helmet or if this is supposed to be his head. And I'm never sure with the aliens whether they're actually robots or are they cyborgs or just what their deal is, so I hope I have not offended him by misidentifying him. But he is an alien gentleman who may or may not be of the robotic persuasion. And he will be joining us in Sloth City. And this is a bag full of cell phones. And here we have a very fine thing. It looks like a crystal ball, and inside of it there is I would call it a minifigure head, but it is printed with all sort of kind of kaleidoscopic colored designs. And then it's held in there with this little blue curvy piece. And I had no idea what that was, so I asked my friend Robbie, the Minifigure Collector, and he says it has something to do with time travel. And so I'm very excited about that. I am looking forward to see what time travel will do in Sloth City. I don't know, maybe it will mean that we have live dinosaurs instead of just diorama dinosaurs at the museum. Who knows? But additionally, we have several nice hidden side heads for fine hidden side otherworldly citizens. As soon as I can piece out some bodies for them. These nice, otherworldly, hidden side fellas will be joining us in Sloth City. And lastly, there's a bunch of tooth pieces, like the fenestration sort of things for detailing buildings in lime green, both like upper ones and then lower ones if you're doing a jaw. So can have all kinds of fine brick-built mouths hanging out on, some of the buildings or somewhere maybe. Not sure exactly, but gonna do something creative with those. And thank you, Willie, for sending those additions to Sloth City. I really appreciate it. And now, before I forget again, let's go ahead and open these up and find out who we got. So, I'm just going to slice into that. And what do we have here? We have someone with a very Argyle and plaid outlook on life. He looks very happy. Happy unibrow face. Rather distinctive hairstyle. And this explains it now. He has a golf club, so there he has his golf glove, and he is intended to be golfing. And keep in mind, I haven't seen any of the Lego movies, so I don't know who these people are. To me, they're just people who are going to join Sloth City. So we'll put him over here with the other new citizens of Sloth City. And we're going to have problems standing him up too, because this is a continuing trial in my life. Next one. And we have, yikes, pieces falling out all over. All right, we've got, looks like a Benny. We've got blue legs. We have a Benny sort of outfit. Looks like Benny has been in the wars a bit. I'm assuming that that's his new arm. And then there's his oxygen in case he is going out in space. There is his perpetually very, very happy, like he has been hitting the laughing gas little face. He has a toolbox and a spare hand in case he loses that hand, I guess. So, I don't know the backstory on that, but of course, we have no problems with, people who want to cyborgize themselves and use cybernetics instead of biology for whatever reason. And now for the last one. Oh, did I show you his little toolbox? It's got a little space symbol on it. And last we have a most excellent lion dude. And I'm assuming that this is intended to be the Cowardly Lion, in which case he is supposed to be an actual lion. I mean, he's got an actual lion face. Well, cat-like anyway. He doesn't have a human face, underneath his hair and everything. So I'm assuming that, yes, He is, in fact, the original Cowardly Lion, and he has had his medal for bravery encased in protective lucite so it does not get damaged. So that was a very conscientious and thoughtful thing to do to protect that, since that's something that he must treasure. So there we have all of those fine new figures. All of those fine new citizens who are going to be joining us in Sloth City. And now, before we move on, let us go ahead and place Willie in his proper place with the rest of the Sigfigs in Sloth City. So we are just going to pause to change our location, and we will be right back, and then we'll be in Sloth City. And here we are. We are on the tour bus with all of the other Sigfigs. Let's go around and say hi to everybody. In the back corner there, we have Lego Scary Story Zamora. In front of him, we have Winterbricker. Over to the side, stand up, M. We have M.productions. M. Personal space dude. In the blue hat next to Winterbricker, we have Lewi 2x4. Here in front with the coffee cup, we have the Woodshopteacher. Next to him, we have Hailey Bricks with her dog Parker. In the back, we have Robin Hole Builds Sigfig Bob. Then we have the esteemed Solbrick. A good buddy, Brett's Builds in the top hat. Robbie, the Minifigure Collector in the Batman t-shirt. And, of course, Brother Buttchop. And last, but certainly not least, our new addition to the family, Willie Neblett Jr. And as you can see, it is pretty crowded on top of the bus right now. I couldn't even fit myself up on there. Brett had to leave Al behind with our animal rescue dude babysitting because Al would not fit onto the bus. But even with the crowded space, Buttchop managed to remember a promise I made to Willie and had forgot about, that if Willie ever came to Sloth City, that I would provide him with a toilet. And so, rather than make a liar out of me, Buttchop has thoughtfully brought a toilet onto the tour bus. And to give him credit, it is like the lowest profile toilet he could find, but it is taking up space on a bus that is already rather crowded. So good thing everybody has their vaccinations if they are planning on going back to the real world, because we don't have a pandemic here in Sloth City, but no promises about what happens if you rejoin the outside world. But there we have it. An awesome care package from Willie and some new citizens. And that is going to wrap up this most excellent latest episode of Sloth City. Thank you for coming. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope that until the next awesome episode of Sloth the next awesome episode of Sloth City, I hope that you, my dear Slothrin and adult fans of Lego, have a most excellent and fabtabulous day.